I'm doing anything.
Welcome everybody to Apple Bites. Bitten Apple TV presents Apple Bites, coming live to you from our homes, of course. Yeah, sorry, we're just a few minutes late. As you can see, I'm operating with one hand. So I had hand surgery last Tuesday, and at first I wasn't going to come on camera at all because I only can put my makeup on with one hand, but I said, at least let me put some lipstick on and stuff like that. And I can only comb my hair with one hand too. So it's been really interesting having one hand. You start to realize how much two hands are, important, but you can function with one hand.
And it's your main hand too, right?
Yeah, it's my right hand. So I've learned how to kind of like, I could still like write with these three fingers. Definitely my penmanship is different now because I can't use my finger. You would be surprised how it's the pinky finger that I have, but you'd be surprised how important the pinky finger is.
It is.
When you write. So it keeps your balance and everything. But anyway, so this is Native American Heritage Month. Native American History Heritage Month. And so happy Native American Heritage Month to all of you all who celebrate and all of us who have Indigenous ancestry. This has been a very interesting week. I've been doing a lot of programming at my job, highlighting a lot of films regarding indigeneity, especially from the Native American perspective, but indigeneity all around the world. Right. I have to tell you, it's been very depressing for me. In my first week, all of it was regarding the missing, murdered Indigenous women and men and boys. That was the first thing.
I've been hearing a lot about that, especially after what happened with the case with the girl. And all the publicity she got. And,
Gabby Petito, yes, all the information. But there it's an epidemic. There are Native men, women, and boys missing. And the thing is that most of you don't hear very much about it because it becomes a federal case as opposed to a local case. So the federal government is dealing with it because a lot of it is close to sovereign land. And interestingly enough, too, there are certain areas that predators actually stake out going for these reservations. There's a highway in Canada that a lot of girls hitchhike on because they live on the res. They don't have a car. Mm-hmm. And, we always talked about being on a res is not the best thing at all. In fact, you're below poverty level living on a reservation. Some reservations don't even have running water. And so these girls hitchhike to go to different places and these predators lay in wait for them. And this is how a lot of these young women have been gone missing. Also, man camps, where they're trying to build pipelines. They have men who build these like camps outside of the pipeline areas. And these men are not vetted. There's no security check on any of these men who follow the pipelines. So it could be a serial killer running loose with living in a man camp.
Wow.
And taking advantage of these girls and knowing so by following the pipeline and getting work on the pipeline that they have that capability. And they're very vulnerable. And so now with Deb Haaland being the elected the Secretary of Interior, she put a moratorium on it and saying that now we have to look for these cases. We have to search for these women's bodies,
right?
And find out what is going on. But it's like really hush hush. It's like a big secret. It's so scary to me to think that's hidden from everybody, and that someone who is of a different color, let's say white, gets more coverage in the news than all of these women who are missing. And when I tell you all that it's a lot, it is a lot. It's scary a lot. So this week, it was not so much we're talking about the intersection between Latin Americans and Indigenous people. So most of our programming is about the Indigenous people living in Mexico and South America, the Amazons, the fight that most of the Indigenous people are fighting against the deforestation that's happening in the Amazon. And next week is the residential schools, which we know now in Canada, there have been over 4,000 or 5,000 bodies found.
And rising.
Of children that were sent to these schools. Hey, Dale. So that even in itself, I can't even get into it because I'm just like, but I'm telling you, having to watch these films over and over again, and I'm hosting these daily documentaries, and I
Right.
have been so depressed and I've cried so much. You know, it's just horrific. You know, I think the means of destroying a population and annihilating a population from the minute you stepped on this land, and it has been devised, it's been designed to do that, is so horrific. And I don't know if you heard it, but the United States just got brought up on charges
Yeah, I
of,
heard.
yes,
I saw that on the news. Yeah.
yes, through the United Nations.
Hmm.
People brought charges against the people of color here in the United States, and the horrific history they had with slavery,
Right.
the annihilation of the indigenous. It just is terrible. But they've never been brought up on those charges. Over 400 years, they've never been brought up on those charges and looked at human rights issues for the things of how they've handled the people of color in this country. So let's see what that happens. But I figured that's very hush hush in the news right now. Nobody's talking about it, but that's what's happening, folks.
Yeah, I ran into it, but again, I don't see the news like everybody else does because I have so much information coming in at me at the same. This.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find things out that I shouldn't find out when I shouldn't find out. So I can't tell where I saw it. I know I read it or saw it somewhere, and I knew that the U.S. was brought up on charges.
Yep. Out of all these many years, they never thought to bring up these charges, but now it's just becoming so overwhelming. The racism in this country and the things that have been done, the crimes against people of color in this country. So it's just, and the wealth of this country off the backs of their people of color. So very, very interesting. But we could go on and talk about this for a long time. It's getting ready to be Thanksgiving. The holidays are coming, you all. I'm so excited. What are your plans for Thanksgiving?
That's probably going to be the usual get together of the family coming together, having the pernil, because we don't do turkey, we do pernil. Mm-hmm. Even though I usually try to have some kind of turkey because, I like turkey, so I try to have some kind of turkey, whether it's like a couple of pieces of this or a couple of pieces of that. But the pernil is where it's at, and the pastelillos and the black moro with the black beans. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the food, as you can tell.
Honestly, I would look forward to the pernil. And if it's good, not everybody makes good pernil.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, but we're good pernil here in the house. Yeah,
it's just like when you go and ask who made the potato salad at a black barbecue, or who made that? That's how you just like, who made the pernil?
Yeah,
because I'm not going to eat everybody's pernil. It's so true.
That's the first question.
I've had some bad pernil.
You go to somebody's house, it's the first question: who made the pernil?
Yeah, who made it? Who made it? Well, also what's coming up is we've had the Urban Action Showcase Expo coming up in a week. It actually starts this weekend, I believe.
And you're hosting 2 panels. Wow, 2 panels.
I am hosting 2 panels. I'm hosting panels under my new, what do you call it? I had to brand myself, by the way. So I was told I had to brand myself. So I branded myself. I am now under Native Brown Media. I've got a logo and everything. I've been working on it for very months and stuff like that. Now, Native Brown Media highlights issues and concerns of people who are from the African diaspora and people who are indigenous. And so this is what I'm going to be doing as far as programming, pertaining to those specific things. And so it's my first time doing an event under Native Brown Media at this event. So I'm going to be hosting 2 panels. I'm going to be moderating for Mario Van Peebles.
Ooh.
Yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Both of these guys. And Fred the Hammer Williams.
Oh, even better.
So, one from my childhood and one from my days when I was a flight attendant. I have actually a personal story to share with Mario that I can't wait to share on that panel. And I wonder if he remembers that. But it was back in the day when Warrington and Warrington and Reginald Hudlin had I guess it was I don't know if it was it was part of the production company. It was called the Black Filmmakers Foundation.
Right.
And I used to work there on my days off when I was a flight attendant. And so I actually had to call Mari up on the phone because we were getting all the guests together for Passenger 57. People were coming to go see Passenger 57. Yes. And so I have to talk about that incident. I'm not going to say what it was. It was hilarious.
See, there you go. To be continued. If you guys want to find out, you got to better go check out the panel for Urban Action. Woo.
Yeah, Urban Action Showcase. And we'll put that in post so that you all can go there and turn into their virtual events. I'm telling you all, it is amazing. This is I think it's the 25th year anniversary or 35th year anniversary of a couple of their films.
Yeah.
Solo and for Mario Van Peebles and also New Jack City. And then there's a few anniversaries for some of the Fred the Hammer Williams films. And I'm trying to think of what anniversary it is for Big Trouble in Little China. So they're going to be interviewing the Three Storms. Right. They're going to be interviewing the Three Storms from Big Trouble in Little China, which is one of my favorite films, one of my favorite all-time John Carpenter films.
That is a big fun John Carpenter.
Film. Yeah. So I'm telling you all, the stuff that's going to be there is going to be so amazing. And if you have an Oculus, you're going to even enjoy it even more. Because you could definitely be inside the event and all the filmings, the screenings they have. I've actually walked with Demetrius through the whole Oculus thing at Comic-Con. I went through everything. The movie theater that's set up, they have private viewing rooms for you to go in and look at a film with other people that will be participants sitting there. I mean, it's freaking futuristic, amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. And he put a lot of work and effort into this. And I'm very proud of what he's produced as a result of this. But I mean, amazing, amazing, amazing. So yeah, I will be doing those panels on November the 14th. And also I will be doing, wow. Hey, you tagging all these people in there to come into this? Yeah, come on in. All right.
Somebody's on the game.
Go ahead, Dale. Thanks.
Dang, Dell.
Thanks. So definitely go and check out the events and set yourself up, set a timer up for some of the events that you'd like to sit in on, especially the ones that we're talking about and the ones that I'm hosting on the 14th and the 17th. So we have some amazing guests here this evening, and hi, Robin. I am so excited to have our guest in this evening. Dell is An's friend. All right. That's a good friend. That is a very good friend. Yeah. A good friend. Yes. He's cheering all of it. Go ahead and do that. So, anyway, we're going to bring our guests in. We're going to bring them in together because we have some amazing things to show. One of the people that we're bringing in, who has all her friends coming in right now, is Miss AHN VU. She is a beautiful artist. Some of the stuff that she has is just absolutely amazing. So we want to talk to her. This is, I think, our first time ever being on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is her first time.
And then the other person is somebody we always have on our show. But we love having him.
Part of the show, man.
We love him so much. He always comes on the show. We're always on his show. We always see each other. We definitely support one another. And so we're going to bring them both in. Without further ado, Miss AHN VU. Hi. And Mr. Phil RUSSERT. What's up?
Howdy. Dell tagged me in the comments, not realizing, I guess, that I'm on.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
What happened, Dell? I thought you were on it. Come on.
Yeah, it's like Big Phil. Big Phil. That's Angel. Hey, Angel. Oh, I owe you something, Angel. I'll send it to you. I'm sorry, I forgot. So yeah. Hi, you all. Hello.
Hi. Aloha from Hawaii.
Wait, Ann, you have your Christmas tree up already?
Yeah.
Girl, you my kind of girl. You my kind of girl. She already got her Christmas tree up. Go ahead and get in that spirit.
that tree is gonna be worth its money. It's gotta be celebrated. 2 months at least.
Well, you know what? Now's the appropriate time to do it instead of like keeping it up for like a whole month after Christmas. Now, I know some of us celebrate Three Kings, so we are, we usually keep it up for Three Kings Day and then we take it down like that time. But I love what kind of the whole I love how the atmosphere changes with the Christmas tree in the house, the lights, you know, all of that stuff, the joy it brings. Now, I know somebody that keeps it all year round, even in the summertime. I know some people who does that. So, yeah,
I'm guilty.
I
I'm
have
guilty.
a friend who changes it with each holiday, so it's a holiday tree.
I'm guilty of keeping it up until Lunar New Year because I celebrate Lunar New Year being Vietnamese, and yeah, so that has to go down to make room for other stuff, but it's there too then.
Oh, well, that's okay. But hey, now that's another one for me. I'm going to keep mine up till Lunar New Year now too.
That makes sense, yeah.
It does make sense. It definitely does. Celebrate one lunar and then the other American New Year.
See, I like what Angel said. I celebrate any holiday that lets me have coquito.
Yeah. That people don't know what coquito is. If you don't know what that is, it's a holiday drink that they make in the Caribbean, mostly the Puerto Rico, and it is like a rum. It's a white rum. And not everybody makes good coquito, by the way. Not everybody makes it good, but the one person that does make it gives it away all the time, and it is delicious when they do. It's something you've got to try at least once. And people wait all year. I'm telling you, people put in orders when they know somebody makes good coquito. They put in orders. Yes, definitely. It's very delicious. So thank you all both for joining us this evening, and we have so much to talk about. So we're going to talk about An, and then we're going to talk about An's relationship with Phil, and we're going to talk about Phil's project that we're all supporting. It's so very, very excited about. Let's talk about An's art. So An, now you're in Hawaii right now, you said?
Yes. I live in Hawaii on the island of Oahu.
Oh wow. I've never
Paradise.
been to Hawaii. I know. I've never been there, but I've heard wonderful things about Hawaii. And I used to be a flight attendant. I never flew to Hawaii.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
But well, my family is with the military, so I'm actually Vietnamese and originally from Vietnam. Parents remarried, that whole debunko, and then dad got stationed in Seoul, South Korea. So I was there for over a decade, and then. Yeah, so when I was there, I got to travel throughout Asia, so that was great. And then we got restationed to the state again, and my dad is, gonna go into retirement. So we were given Virginia or Hawaii, and he's actually local Hawaii. So we're like,
that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer right there. You can have your Virginia.
Oh yeah, we'll take Hawaii, and actually that's where I started going into comic because if anyone who's followed me for a while would know that I'm relatively new into this whole thing. I started drawing a lot of manga, and that's when I met Ma Park over here in Hawaii. And she, if you know her, she's a former illustrator on Game of Thrones. Now she's on so many independent Kickstarters with a bunch of great creators. So I'm lucky to have met her and have given the guidance through that. And once I met her, I hop over to comic, and then it's like a whole new world.
So were you always interested in drawing? Because you started you started in this business in 2018. So that's not long at all. That's only 3 years ago.
Yes. So before this, again, I was into manga. I was into anime. I live in Asia, so but art was my way of expressing myself. That was the best way for me to express myself and deal with my emotion. I'm relatively young, so I just got through the phase of like rebellions and going through and understanding my emotions and stuff. And art was always the outlet for me. So I'm just lucky I'm able to do this now more professionally. Yeah.
This is just absolutely gorgeous. And we don't want to put the title on there because this is for tragedies. And we want to talk about how you all met up, and we'll bring this back up again. But this is just gorgeous.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Now I can see the manga in this. Now that you said I can see the influence. Wow.
So When I first started um, opening up Instagram, actually, that's when I started building, a professional portfolio of work and stuff that I can actually sell people and say I've done this. Before that was like drawing on homework paper and whatnot. Um, Oh yeah, this is a cover for a Totally Rad comic, Totally Rad Monsters. The
Mm.
Kickstarter just ended. I I did the line work, and this was the colored done by, oh God, I'm so bad. I need to remember his name. It
Don't
was
worry
That's
a
about it.
okay. That's
I'm
okay.
totally
yeah,
bad with names too.
yeah. So
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
where was I before this? I'm not
Oh.
drinking, by the way. It's still early for that. Um,
Nobody's drinking here. No, not at all.
but yeah. So uh, I I always was drawing in like manga style. Yeah, my Instagram, and I was learning and honing my technique with manga, and I developed one. And interestingly, when I met Mog, I just like kind of forsaken that and went into comic and try to learn, all these comic style. And then I was like, now I've gone to a place where I can mix the two at my own comfort level. Which the thing I kept is pretty much if you guys ever read Vagabond by
Mm.
Takehiko Inoue, um,
Yeah.
that realism style, but also somewhat simplified, is what I try to emit through my art. But yeah, that's how I blend mine together. Other than that, I was telling Rafael earlier that I love Joe Jesco. I'm sorry if I say it wrong, your name,
Oh, you
but
did fine. Yeah.
okay. So I love Joe Jesco. I love Pepe Gonzalez. I love Nestor Redondo. Yeah, those are the kind of guys I look up to in terms of comic.
Can I say what I love the most about like this is how you drew Storm.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you,
I love how you drew her because
thank
she's got a
you.
black girl's body.
She does. She's very fit.
And that's what I love about it. Seriously, you think that that's funny, but that's important. That's
Mhm.
important that she's drawn, and she's not skinny. She's drawn, healthy, and I
Yes,
love that because
She
I
looks
think
like
I've
a
seen her
goddess.
drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen her drawn so skinny, and that's not. If she's supposed to be African, I just don't imagine that to be the case. I love how you drew that.
yeah. I mean, I try to do the character justice. It's like I want to believe in these characters, and growing up, I didn't read too much comic. Now I'm reading it, so I'm trying to honor what work that has been laid out
Right.
before me. And
Mhm.
Storm to me was just a strong goddess-like um, and composed kind of character. So I
Right.
wanted
Right,
to transfer that out.
right,
Yeah,
really
but
good.
this one was the line work was done by Mark Park, and
Beautiful.
Ooh.
I did the coloring, and this was actually a tribute to this person here is Free Isabello. You can see him depicted in there. He's a local Hawaiian artist who unfortunately passed away due to COVID.
Mm.
I believe it was
Mm.
COVID related, and we just wanted to pay tribute to him. And I actually still have prints available. I still have the original line art available for sale, and we're donating all the profit to his family.
Oh,
Oh,
But yeah, he
wow.
was a very, very beloved artist here on island. So Mog and I would just, it was just right that we did this. The original painting though did sell, so that was really
Wow.
awesome. It sold last week. Yeah.
I love the goddess here.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh
So
my gosh, or the warrior
we
goddess.
we try to put in the design. These were
Mhm.
actually Free Isabella's design of the characters.
Mhm.
So Mog did a great job of like meshing it together in coming out with these line work. But the characters, we were looking at Free's old artwork and see what we can put in and combine to show that this is his world. So the idea is pretty much him looking out into the distance, into this fantastical world he
Oh.
created. Yeah, just reminiscing. And if you're ever here in Hawaii, at the bottom you would notice Gunther the cat. Um,
Oh.
yeah, he is a well-known character here related to the store called Other Realms. It's the biggest comic store on the island, and
Mm-hmm.
they're a great friend of us, great friend of Free. So this is really as
So cute.
Hawaii,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
as free as it gets. But yeah,
Oh, I love that cat. Oh, that's so cute.
I know that
Really.
melted my heart when I saw the line work on that one.
Yeah, that is
Oh my
just
God, that's amazing.
precious.
He's so cute.
Oh wow, that's just oh my gosh, just beautiful.
And like I was
There's a
telling you in the green room on, I loved your colors. You know, they have this pastel feeling to them. It almost looks like you're using your hands to actually get in there and get what you want. You know, you have this beautiful bleeding that happens, and everything has such beautiful colors. Even in as you know, as shady as they are, there's just some sharpness and beauty to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's gorgeous. Let's see, we
thank
have one more
you.
here. Let's look at
Yeah.
this.
These are my most recent work. This is so lately I've been going back into just line works and just brushing it up, trying to experiment, and it just so happened that I finished watching these series, the Loki
Yeah,
series,
Loki,
the
I was going to
What
say,
If.
I see Loki and I see, oh my gosh, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, I love
And
this.
Kang the Conqueror. Yep.
Yes.
yeah. So it's just my little fun way of digesting the series and what I watch, and then just just going back and honing my skill with the pencil and layouts. Yeah, so this was a little mini prints project that I did for myself before my recent show at Other Realms. Um, but eventually, I
Oh,
would like to paint these. These actually line up to be a triptych. So that you would have Doctor Strange, Loki, and actually there's a Wanda or Scarlet Witch in
All
there
right.
too.
oh, wait,
Yeah.
let's
That
find
makes
her.
sense. Yeah. Oh, so you mean that's three
The
parts? So we
timekeepers,
only
right?
seen two
Yeah.
Oh, the
parts here.
third part,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're all to me, they're just the broker of time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is amazing work.
Oh,
You
look
know,
at this. Oh,
Phil, I can see why, you know, you love her stuff here because this is just like beautiful.
She's extremely talented. I love her work. I really enjoy it.
Thank
wow.
you.
She's
I,
also a
I
really great person too. People should be hiring her to do more published covers.
I agree, man. I want to see covers with her art on it.
I agree.
I
I
mean, these are just amazing.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
You,
let's
you
look at
guys
All
this.
right,
really
that's
flatter
part
This
of
is
me.
it.
Scarlet Witch
Yeah,
one right here.
Yes. So
beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's
um
amazing. And the
Oh,
power.
it was just
Look
this.
at the
Oh,
power in her.
oh, and see, this is tinted. This has got the red in it.
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Oh,
um so I pretty much if you
beautiful.
notice some artists they do the layout with the blues and then the some use the red. That's what I had on hand. I was like, I'll just add a little bit in to
Oh
make
my
it pop.
gosh.
It makes it
But
pop. It really gives it something. Yeah.
Yeah, it
thank you.
does. That
So
definitely stands out. Oh, look at
what
that.
you see in this depiction is I pretty much have her searching through the dark hold, of course, and just searching through all the realms. Well,
Hmm.
whatever realms I could put on here. So Midgar is pretty much at her foot. That's the reflection. At the
Ah,
bottom with the pretty much a
that's what I
mansion.
thought. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, a gothic mansion, and I kind of wanted it to look kind of like and Agnes, um,
Yeah.
or
Okay. I get the
Agathar
heart. Yeah.
mansion. So I chose that, and then afterwards, just you see Astar over there by her thigh.
Mm.
Uh, so
And I
I
love
don't.
you because you have Agatha, the comic Agatha's mansion in here.
Yeah.
I
You
just
don't
thought
you
it.
let me tell you, you don't know how much I appreciate that. there's a little story behind that. So I dressed up as the comic Agatha Harkness for Comic-Con, and nobody knew who I was. Except people who were
did.
Scarlet Witch, and you did, of course you did.
I was gonna say Phil did.
Phil did. A couple of people did, but most of the normal people walking around that are, I guess, I don't know if they were just there to buy things. They had no idea who I was. One guy asked me if I was Leia.
Yeah, I don't think it was a comic crowd because the publishers weren't there.
That's true.
Oh,
I think it was more manga and anime and just regular pop culture people looking to enjoy an event they've never been to. A lot of first timers were there.
I completely agree with you, Phil.
Yeah.
You know, I was when we were talking about this during the convention, you can tell that the crowd wasn't the usual comic book crowd. It was more of an anime crowd.
Even the big names didn't seem to have the lines they normally would. I just don't think people. It was the crowd that was there this year.
But it's still good that you guys showed up because it's kind of like an introduction to these folks.
Yeah.
That's what I tried to do here on Island too. I would go to the mall. I would show up and just paint with a local group here called Comic Jam. And it's just local guys getting together and do comic in the middle of the mall. Or before COVID, I would go out to cafe shops and I would just sit and draw and people come up and I'll introduce them. And,
That's pretty cool.
You know, welcome to this whole new world of comics, which I was introduced to. So it's great. Like, you know, it's like sometimes it can be disheartening when you go there and like no one knows what the heck you're doing. But yeah, it was on Boo all along. Oh my god!
That was great.
Yeah, but I have to agree with Angel here about your lining.
Yeah,
it's almost dreamlike.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, thank you.
Even the line work has this shade feel to it. I was telling you behind in the green room, you know, the color, you know, your art, the colors have that shade feel to it, but your line work has that beautiful shade. Again, it feels like you're actually using your hands to like lighten it and do what you need to do with it.
Right.
It's gorgeous. Just absolutely beautiful.
I actually do dabble my hand into my painting where needed, but not all of them. But
I knew I felt something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Just absolutely
This
beautiful.
is, of course, Angela. It's just an old homage to the Spawn Angela.
I thought so. It looks beautiful.
Yeah. Todd McFarlane. Oh, it's just awesome. What he the design he came up with. It did kill me along down to like those ribbons that he had on her staff, but I was like, dang, it's good. Even the chains too. I was like, oh
yeah, the chain. I was looking at the chain mail. It's really gorgeous.
Yeah, that stuff is hard to do. I've had enough artist friends tell me that they try to avoid it, but when it gets done, it gets done well.
Yes.
Well, what I appreciate too about this is that you drew these characters so softic.
Yeah.
That it's not. This is what you would imagine a superhero to be.
Yeah.
To look like, the form, the shape
Exactly.
of a female superhero, and that's what I love about it. And it's extremely feminine. There's nothing masculine about the muscles.
No, it's very feminine. Yeah.
Yes, it has all the right curves. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
I'm a female myself. I don't exercise. I don't have that built. So it's like, to me, it's like I'm drawing my dream in every form that I can.
That might be why I love it too, because I'm imagining that I had a body like that.
Wow. Well, you could draw one like me, pear-shaped.
Or like me.
I mean, there's Faith. Faith, the new, is it Vertigo? Vertigo published Faith, the new plus size superhero.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could pretty much do her next.
So let's talk about your work with Tragedy.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful.
Okay, so let's look at this. I'm gonna just do a close up on this. Oh,
look at the beauty, the color of that hair, the way she did the face. It just comes together. And you know what, Les, this is a one-shot thing here. She commissioned this, and now it's on Phil's Kickstarter. And if you get it, you'll be the only one to own this.
Yes, very much so. That's the only one I have on hand.
wow.
again, I fell in love with tragedy. It's like how I came across Phil, it was just by pure accident, and I'm glad I did because he got a great story with tragedy here, and the character here is named Grace O'Connor, and I just relate to her. I did a cover contest for Phil, and that one would is what really depict how I feel about it and how I relate, which is pretty much this is a strong girl. She's
Mm,
not like big muscle or anything. It's a strong will girl,
exactly.
and she has training in martial art, and she's very much relatable because she's just a normal human, just happens to be trained in martial art. But again, she's a girl growing up, and she identity, trying to find her own voice and freedom to live her life, which
Exactly.
and yet she is such a good girl that she respect the older folks around her, the ones that are supposedly took care of her during her childhood, even though it might have not been done the best way. She has that respect, and growing up, I have that same thing where we were taught to respect our elders, but at the same time, we have to find our own voice, our own strength, and our own pretty much freedom in life. So that's what I saw when I picked up issue 1
Oh,
of
wow.
Tragedy, and I'm waiting for my issue 2.
That's gorgeous. So
Oh
let's
my
talk
God,
about
yeah.
that. Let's talk about tragedy. I'm gonna have let's actually bring this up. This is beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
So Phil,
Let
tell
me
us
know
a
if you
little
want me to
about
play
this.
the trailer.
I think we should
Before
play the
before
trailer.
we Yeah, I'm sorry. Before we get into that, I just need to make this clear. Like On said, we just incidentally met not too long ago, and she's just the kindest person. Um, Her talent obviously matches her good soul. I didn't even know she was doing that sketch cover. I'm going to be very clear about it. She sent it to me yesterday and
Wow.
said, "Look what I
Wow.
did," and then she was insisting on me to take it for free and put it up as a tier, and I keep the money, which I said no, and I fought with her on that. Um, so I mean, I needed to be clear that not only did she do, I mean, just a drop dead gorgeous, impressive cover, but she just did it. I mean, we didn't talk about anything. We didn't work anything out. This wasn't a business transaction. This was her believing in what I'm doing, being a very kind
Wow.
soul, and putting all that effort and time into it. She showed it to me. She goes, "I'm going to color it," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Um, I mean, it's hard not to buy the damn thing myself.
Shoot.
Um,
Oh, I, I
so
I
I
was
just
looking around the house to see if I can get the money together, and I was like, no, it ain't gonna happen. But that
yeah.
is beautiful.
Yeah, and Raphael had asked on the post if I'll put this in the book of covers, and I said no because this needs to be special. This needs
Yeah.
to be an exclusive by itself. Um, One lucky person to own it. And I just wanted to let everybody know that this wasn't on, angling to get money. This wasn't on angling to get to get a cover. She was just doing something because she believed in it. And I just want to say to you, on as the a nobody writer trying to make his way, your support, your belief in the project, and obviously what you've contributed is amazing. And Dell joked before I looked mesmerized. It's because I'm trying to find those 2 covers that you submitted. I
Mm.
want people to
Oh,
see them.
I can
Yes, please.
yeah.
Because she did the puppet, what I call the Puppet Master one, which will be
Ooh,
a
that's
cover for
right.
issue
Yeah,
3. It
I
is
saw that one.
amazing. They both are amazing, but the Puppet Master one really on gets it. She
Yeah.
gets the character,
Yeah, but
and
that's when we were in the green room, Phil, me and her were talking about how much we both loved this book, how much it really has affected both of us. She said some beautiful words about you, while we were in the green room, and how much she really likes this thing, how much she supports it, how much like she was just saying, how much she sympathizes with the character.
and I mean, as a first time writer and someone new, this sounds corny, but I always said that what I really wanted from this is if a woman, a young woman, could relate to this character and the struggles and see the strength that this woman really has.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point. I've never met a woman who realized how strong they were, or how beautiful they were, or how capable they were. Because you guys beat yourselves down to death. You're so hard on yourselves. And to hear somebody, a young woman, get it, and to really connect with the character, to me, is the most amazing thing. I mean, there's people that have enjoyed the book, and I'm grateful for that, believe me. But when somebody like really connects with her,
yeah,
that just makes me feel like I did something right. So,
and you can see it in the art itself that she has this connection to the character. You know, almost like she's putting her heart into this piece.
Yeah, I mean, even when she did the Puppet Master cover, she read only issue 1. Raphael, she hasn't read what you've read. She doesn't know the scripts.
Girl.
But from the first issue, without any art direction or any recommendations, she just knew what to draw.
Wow.
Both times, all 3 times.
That's amazing.
I sent it to written. Was it the email? The same email.
Oh, the same email. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I'll find it.
Well, the thing is, I can't. When I sit down to draw, I try to put myself into the character, but at the same time, make sure the characters is, and whatever they are, whoever they are, their identity also show through. But I need to put myself in their shoes and be who they are and walk their walk, and that's what goes into my mind whenever I illustrate. So again, this character was so relatable, and I'm the girl who connects with it. And I showed up, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can definitely do this, and I just did it. And I'm glad. I didn't know if it was gonna fit into your story. I just finger crossed all the time whenever I do any of this, and I'm glad it.
Well, so far you're 3 for 3. So
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I mean, it's top-notch work with someone that is very kind and easy to work with, no ego. I honestly expect to see you doing a lot more covers in the indie community sooner than later. And if you don't, then people are not paying attention, or there's something wrong with them.
That's true.
Yeah, just
Les, when you want, I put up the one. You can share it.
Okay, let me put this up.
Yeah, because as much as I appreciate your tragedy, I want you to see what she can do.
All the way.
Hold on. There you go.
Bring up. Can you do this?
Yeah, I'm about to do that. All right, here we go.
And it's sent through my phone, so hopefully the quality is good.
Oh no, it looks beautiful, man. Look
wow, that's gorgeous.
Look at the hair. Look at the hair. Oh.
Yeah.
Look at her symbolism. I mean,
yeah.
You know, there are a lot of great artists, but she captures a lot with the symbolism, not just the beautiful lines, you know, and the colors are fantastic.
Her
Ralph,
face,
you can bring it up a little bit further. You can bring it up so we can look at the face.
Her face,
her
look
face
at
and the hair.
alone, man. Look at that.
But look at the musculature in her legs.
Exactly.
She looks, again, like Leslie said, she looks athletic but feminine, and that's important because you know, women are, to me, are God's greatest creation, and you've got to capture it. And she
can I bottle that? Can I bottle that and sell it?
Yeah. You know, I always say about my wife, I say she's a throwback to when women were God's greatest creation. I got lucky, so.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, I hate to tell you, but you're looking at my wife right there. My
he created the character based on Grace. Yeah, I mean,
a lot of her is inspired by my wife, and believe it or not, there's a little bit of me in her too. But yeah, that's my wife.
Wow,
that's why she's so damn cool.
So technically, she's like your child, in a way.
True.
Your third child,
or your Pygmalion.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
You know, all creators know when you create a character and you really connect with them, and you're usually putting a little bit of yourself in there as well. Yeah, they're your babies. They're your children.
Here we go.
So
yeah.
That previous one, what I said about it, like pretty much the way I saw what I depicted in that one was pretty much, this is what I wrote. Tethered to her tragic masquerade, the young girl is unwilling yet undoing as she is drawn into a chaotic fate. So
Dude, that's amazing. You got to
Yeah,
write
I'm
that
gonna hire
down.
her
We
to
got to
be
do
my
that for the
PR.
trailer.
I'm gonna have to hire her to be my PR person.
We got to do that
Send
for
me
the
what shows,
Yo,
and when they ask what's the book about, I'll go talk to her.
Yeah. Yo,
She
what she
pitches better
just
than I
said,
do.
what she just said has to be like the voiceover for the trailer, man. Damn.
Oh, but
So good.
that's the symbolism that goes into it, and you know, when as soon as we get book 2, it's funded already, but get it over the moon funded, and so that you know we can come back even stronger with
Exactly.
book 3.
Hey, Charles.
And I will be glad to come back on and explain to you guys what went into this piece, and because there's like Phil said, I did put a lot of symbolism. Can break it down to you guys then.
Wow.
But let's get to book 3, guys.
Speaking of book 3,
Oh.
this is beautiful, man. The first time I saw
Pull
this,
up,
I was like,
please, a little bit
And
further.
here's the thing. I'm gonna reiterate. On has only read the first book, and she gets what I'm doing. Like,
yeah,
some people, I don't know if they're getting what's going on, because I try to write it in a grounded way where, look, not everybody's narrating like Morgan Freeman. This isn't the Wormhole, you know,
that's
where
true.
life isn't like that. She's a guarded person. You're only getting snippets and tidbits, but what she says carries a lot of weight if you pay attention. And On gets that. And this cover, you would think On read the first 5 issues with
I
this
have to agree
cover.
with you, Phil. This looks like she's actually read more than she has.
Right? I mean, you've read the first 8. Robert
Yeah.
Powers read the first 12 or 13, and I have
Mhm.
17 written. And I'm tempted to just send her all the scripts and let her read it, because
You should definitely should. Yeah.
she gets it. She
Yeah.
gets it. And that means so much to me that she gets it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if you center the other scripts, you'd have a good feedback.
By the way, Robin, yeah, you absolutely. I mean, I should hire her to be my PR team,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, what she just said, I can hear it as a voiceover.
But it's like, it's, you know, and here's the funny thing. I always said one of the things that I love about my wife is she has this natural elegance that when she walks in a room, it's unassuming, but it's elegant. It's just beautiful. And when you listen to what On just said, it's elegant.
Exactly.
It's classy and it's
Yeah.
elegant, and it's just got this beauty to it, and this beautiful tragedy.
Definitely.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
she just gets it, and it really feels great when somebody gets it.
Exactly. I completely
Jason
agree.
Meadows, by the way, is the letter on the book. He's a great guy. He's easy to work with. He's phenomenal. He's always wanting to be better. No egos whatsoever. I'm grateful to have Jason as a friend and as someone I rep and as someone on the book. And Jason, obviously lettering the book, he's seen all the pages, and he put the words in, so he knows what the dialogue is. So,
I mean, if I can make 2 points here, it's you know, thank you for all the compliments, but I have to say it's more than that. Phil's writing, the way he portrayed the story, has to have done something for me to be able to illustrate it that way and really connect. Again, this is my first time. When I bought his issue 1. That was my first time knowing about the character, anything about Phil, about tragedy overall. But reading it, you know, I got into it, and he was able to convey the internal struggle of the main character, as well as the characters surrounding her, what they're like, their feeling, their personality, what kind of person they are. I can just pick it up. So that was the great part about the writing, that allows me to get so much information out and, you know, see where it potentially is heading and convey that, trying my best to convey it. And I'm just an avid reader, avid fan too, so there is credits to his writing, guys.
I completely
And-
agree
You
with
guys
you.
are gonna make me blush.
And it's what I've been trying to tell
Seriously,
Phil this
I
whole
have to
time.
ask this. I have to ask this. Where did that come from, Phil? Where did that come from? Was that something that's always been in you? Was it innate? Was it the first time that it appeared on the paper when you started writing tragedy? Where did that come from?
I don't know how this. I don't mean this to be the wrong way, but whatever, you take it how you want. But I've lived a rough life, and there was also this underlying frustration that I always felt there was more, to me, more to do. And I got deathly sick in January. I mean, it was a very bad situation. And I was finally home after being hospitalized, and I was on, yeah, I was. And I was in bed for 6 weeks. And I hate to sound like this because I'm not a Bible thumping preacher. I think it's God, because she just popped in my head. Her entire visual aesthetic popped in my head, and I said, this is interesting. And because of the mask, I said tragedy. Boom, it just popped in my head. And I sat down and I literally just started writing. I didn't think of anything. I didn't outline anything. I didn't plot anything. Just the first 3 pages, I knew she was going to go into a warehouse and do something. Didn't know why. Didn't know who she was. Didn't know what was going on. And I just spent 9 hours. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Look at that with that cover.
Yeah, but I want to make sure you guys see the potential inside the book. And this is just issue 1. Issue 2, like someone said in the comment, it's even better.
Yeah.
It's even better.
Yeah, I mean, I just started writing and it just came out, and I just kept writing and didn't stop. I have not outlined anything. I just wrote from my experiences, 49 years on this planet, and how I would react, or how my wife would react, or what I've experienced people in. I mean, how many people are waking up every day to a life that is not fulfilling and frustrating for them, and they face it anyway, but they feel like it's taken a piece of their soul every freaking day. And, as much as I keep pitching the same thing, I'm going to tell you this. If you stick around throughout the first 17 issues alone, you have holy crap moments. You have moments that make you jump up and cheer for her like you would in a Rocky movie.
I agree.
When she's down, you feel it with her. When she's up, you feel it with her. When she's, you're sitting there going, come on, damn it, get up or whatever. You're there rooting for her. And there are going to be moments. This is a roller coaster ride, because that's what life is, right? Emotionally, it's a roller coaster ride. You can feel like you're on top of the world one minute.
I feel like when you're reading it, like most characters, you're like, oh, they're gonna survive, but you took that away at the first issue. And then
shush.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
No,
I'm
he
just
didn't give
saying.
anything away. He didn't give anything away.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that as you read, you're like, oh my God, is she gonna survive or is she not gonna survive? You have this.
You're gonna see the trailer
through the whole story. You constantly trying to figure out, is she done for? Will she make it through this? Will she be able to pull? And that makes you want to root for her. That makes you want to, Can
we actually look at the trailer?
Yeah.
Sure.
By the way, just to say, Greg Johnston has been a huge supporter. Thank you to Greg. He's an awesome guy.
All right, let me pull it up.
And Angel's cover is awesome.
Oh, Angel's cover is fantastic. Oh, let's see.
Wow.
Kickstarter.
I can't believe that I'm in the presence of all this talent. Seriously.
All right, Les.
Okay, let's pull this up.
All right.
Okay, can you pull this up to full screen? And let me bring this up to full screen layout. Let's go. You got the sound on?
Hold on. There we go. Ready?
Yeah, let's go. Wow.
Who is the Breath of the Dragon? What is the fate of Grace O'Connor? Chapter 1 left readers wanting more. Find out in the second chapter of the hit indie comic book that has a lot of people talking.
Hello again, everyone. My name is Philip RUSSERT, and I'm proud to bring you the second chapter of my ongoing series, Tragedy. I promise this will be a fun roller coaster ride, and I hope you join me on this fantastic journey. We also have variant covers by Tyler Kirkham, Al Garza, and Ryan Kincaid, as well as some amazing indie artists such as Peter Clinton, Len Danovich, Nick Justice, Kenny Calderon, Brad Voth, Steph Wilson, and more. Thanks for making my dream of bringing this story to your home a reality.
Wow.
Hey, I heard that voiceover. That sounds like somebody I know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jason,
that
that's awesome,
amazing.
Jason. You're right, Jason. And yeah, Raphael did the voiceover my first trailer too. He's awesome. Thank you so much. Andy Lee did the trailer. He's awesome.
Look,
Oh yeah.
The music.
I'm surrounded by amazing people, and amazing talents as well. But amazing people first.
That music was awesome too. I gave that.
Yeah.
Everything. I loved everything about it. The whole effect, the whole aesthetic.
That was like a great introduction. I listened to that over and over as I drew that blank.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to tell you, you know what panel sums up a lot? When she says, I can't beat him, and she's wounded and she's looking like that.
Yeah.
How many of us are that at some point in our day? I mean, we feel beaten. We feel beaten down. We can't do it. And, you know, I get tired of the stories where the hero's getting beaten down and then they have this, ooh, but I can do it because I'm good. And all of a sudden they can beat the bad guy. It doesn't work that way. If you can't beat them, you can't beat them. You're never a hero unless you're tested. And you can't be tested if you win all the time.
That is so true.
Skeletor's a joke. He-Man's, Buster Brown with muscles. But the fact of the matter is, how can you root for He-Man or relate to He-Man when he always is on top?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Breath of the Dragon is a very underrated character.
That one, I'm
That's because it was
looking
Russ.
forward to finding. Yeah, I wanted to learn more about him.
Too.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
Well, I'm going to tell you now. This book has the villains you love to hate and the villains you hate to love.
Yep.
There are two characters in this book that people actually find funny, and people who've read the scripts think are their favorites. That's Tony and Joe.
Oh, they're great.
And Tony and Joe are actually my friends of over 2 decades, and I put them in the book. With part of their personality in there exaggerated. And I have to tell you, there's a little bit of me in Joe, and there's a little bit of me in Tony. There's a little bit of me in all these characters.
Well, that's how it works.
The second book explores them in Breath of the Dragon more, and Breath of the Dragon, I'm telling you, has an ability you've never seen before. Not like this. And I'm so confident in that if you find a character with that ability prior to Tragedy, I will give you any cover of your choice for free.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you have no idea about this character, where he goes and what's going on with him. You have no idea what's coming. You just don't know. And, it's not an urban street fighting. It's not a ripoff of Elektra. It's not a ripoff of Daredevil. It's not just this, she can, fight and sword fight. There is so much going on. There's so much spirituality in this book, and there's and those, finding peace within yourself. I mean, the first tagline was,
wait a minute, can I interrupt? Yeah. Who said that this was a ripoff?
I've had some people say that. This is my bear. Sorry. Time for bed. Daily Bear, say hi.
But what? I don't understand. Hi.
It's from people that don't read the book.
So they just see the cover and they think that this is Elektra.
I've had people think that she's a ripoff of Vega. I don't care.
The thing is, even in music, everyone there's a phrase where it say great mind thinks alike, but we will difference at one point or another. But you have to give people benefit of the doubt and actually try it out. Don't say anything if you haven't read it yet. Then your statement, to me at least, is it doesn't mean anything. And when you read into it and then you break it down in your head and you thoroughly read it and you follow up on it, then you have an opinion, sure, bring it up to the creator, give him feedback. But then if you're just like, oh, that looks like so and so. It's like, I don't really care for that. And it's like, okay, bye. That's for me. It doesn't matter. And the folks that take the time out to read, it, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. And Phil is has a campaign that is very affordable. You saw the talents that are there, the people that are in there. I'm surprised. Sometimes I forget because I'm enjoying the book, and then I go back and it's like, who worked on this? I was like, oh my god.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
It's
a
very,
testament to how good it is who you have aligned with to do
Exactly.
this.
yeah.
So
So
whatever's comments are out there, these people who are naysayers are saying that it's something else, your value speaks to how many people supported this.
yes, that's
And
Well,
so,
I mean, I put up a post. It basically, when you're doing something right, when you either grow your fan base, which I'm hoping to do, grow your profit margin, which I'm hoping to do, and have haters. That I've successfully got.
there you go. That's exactly, you doing something if you got haters.
Yeah.
It is.
By the way, Charles Santino wrote for Marvel. I mean, he's written a lot of books, and he said that he likes the writing and how I allow the art to tell some of the story as well.
Mhm.
I don't force feed you.
It's a good
Oh, yeah.
balance of art and story, and you do a great job at allowing the art to tell the story as well as you telling the story yourself.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing, by the way, I have to give credit to Ricardo Silva for the pencils and the inks. And as good as the first book looked, there were things to improve upon, and he absolutely did. Hello.
I say that you have your Christmas tree up early.
Okay.
So that, in
I'm not
my
borrowing,
opinion,
I'm not borrowing anything from that at all. I just like Christmas. Just point it out.
we
I
do
wonder
too,
why-
baby. We love Christmas.
I just
That, in my opinion, I mean, when something like that happens, of course, when somebody makes a comment like that, you're very hurtful because this is your baby. It hurts because it's your baby,
wanna
and
know the
I'm
funny
so
thing?
proud of how you handled that.
Well, you want to know the funny thing? I used to be a musician, and I almost made it. I've headlined some great shows in front of a lot of people, and people have told me that I was an amazing drummer. I mean, I could play Rush and Dream Theater and like stuff like that. But every time I looked back at my drumming, I would rip it apart. I didn't feel confident. I was like, man, this is what the hell. I go back and I read the scripts to make sure that I don't go, oh God, what was I thinking? Other than my beautiful children and my beautiful wife, for the first time in my life, I'm proud of what I did, and I don't look at it and cringe. And so when someone doesn't like it, to have that belief in yourself and what you did, it doesn't hurt me if you don't like the book. I've had a couple of people look to rip it apart for whatever reason. I think they had alternate reasons, and it doesn't hurt me. I mean, I don't like people's bad intent, but like your criticism of the book don't hurt me. And some of the criticisms are legit, and they're coming from a good place of people wanting it to be better. And all I want to do is make the best book possible.
and
Thank
that's
you,
the
Robin.
best. That's also the best part about Phil in this book, because you're not only seeing the growth in the character. Of course, that's the first thing you enjoy is the story, the growth in the characters, and but you also see the growth in the storytelling, the growth in the art, and it's just amazing. Like I got book 1, and then as soon as he showed me snippet of like book 2, some of the pages, I was like, oh, this is a whole new level.
Yeah.
And Chris Sotomayor, who is a major Marvel and DC colorist, I mean, he's up there with Alex Sinclair. He's big, is doing the book. He's coloring the book. So
the colors are spectacular. This is coming from an artist, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see my art, I'm speaking from an art perspective. I love the panelings that got stepped up in issue 2. It was like, whew, I want this. I love it. As soon as he sent me those pages, I was like, when is the book gonna get here?
and I have to give credit to Chris Graves and my wife because they helped a little with art direction. Ricardo is an amazing artist, but there's a language barrier, which he's learning English and getting better. So when I choreographed a fight, and I like to choreograph fights, some cool moments, he didn't quite get it, and Google translation sucks. So Chris Graves roughed out the panels for me based on my script, So Ricardo had a visual, and my wife even came up with some camera angle ideas coming out of the page and stuff that were beautiful. And Ricardo has no ego. He said, this is great because it helps me come up with new ideas and become a better artist. And he didn't draw over Chris's roughs. He drew his own, but based on the references.
He drew his version, yeah.
But the point is, I'm working with a team that there's no ego, there's no envy, there's no jealousy. Everybody they're confident in who they are, what they are, where they need to be, what their role is, and we all have united to just put out the best book possible. There's no ego. If Ricardo thinks that this would be a better way to lay out a panel, or Chris does, and I look at it and go, you know what, you're right, do it.
Look at the colors of these two.
Man.
I love the colors.
Sigmund.
So I have
That's
that
Sigmund
one.
Tori in the first one, and Sigmund's a
In
great
the first
colorist
one.
as well. Yeah.
I can't wait for the second one.
Definitely, yeah.
The thing is, you have a good eye for talent. So the people you gather together to put the book
I
together
can't
is
draw stick
really
figure,
great.
but I know who can.
Yeah,
But
really great.
the quality of the book, the quality
It's
of
amazing,
the
yeah.
paper, it's good value for
Mhm.
what you're purchasing it at on the Kickstarter. I
Exactly.
can testify. The blanks,
Doesn't
the
bleed.
blanks. If you want to get the blanks, I painted on this. I inked on it, and
Wow.
I did my pencil marking. It's not like etched into the paper or anything. It's actually, sorry for the bad lighting here, but
Even with the lighting, it
stays.
still looks beautiful, man.
Yeah,
I
it's just
I
really
wish I had
pretty.
better lighting, but yeah, it's just that I can testify for the quality of the paper. It is a good thick blank, as
it's
well as the
important for
interior.
artists.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. And then even the pages, the paper inside, how you pretty much laid out this whole story, it's good quality. As soon as I opened the book, that caught my eyes first.
Yeah.
Well, some people, I did have some big, like big mainstream names doing covers, and some people like to get them CGC'd. And I'm like, listen, I'm giving you the highest cardstock possible so you can get the highest grade.
Yeah.
I mean, there are cover collectors, and then there are people that want to read the story. Thankfully, I get both. And I want everybody to be happy. I mean, look, some people are lucky they make $10 an hour at a job, and I'm asking you to spend that $10 on my book. My book is an hour of your day at a job you probably can't stand, right?
Right.
The least I can do is give you the best product for your money and at the best story possible, and you can walk away going, you know what? That was worth that hour that I worked. Because nobody wants to feel like they were cheated, ripped off, or
No, not at all.
Nobody wants to feel like, man, really? Did I waste my money? I'm an indie guy. They don't know me. I get it. I'm asking them to trust me. Just trust me that you'll enjoy it. Whether it's the art that you enjoy or the story or both, forego that $8 cup of coffee at Starbucks where they spell your name wrong and just pick up the book. I don't care.
Well, you
which
heard
cover.
it. You heard it. You've heard it from a penciler, and you've heard it from the artist, and you've heard it from the many fans that have joined us this evening that are making comments about this. I purchased some of the art at Comic-Con, and it was some of the most beautiful art that I have. And of course, I don't have it with me. I would have to leave the broadcast to go get it. But it's very interesting because Phil was going to give it to me free. He was going to give it to me free because we all support one another in this community.
Exactly,
And it was like, oh, you all have done so much with it. But I was like, no, I'm buying this.
She fought with me. I wasn't going to do it. She wouldn't listen.
I would not listen.
Leslie, I feel the same way.
Listen.
He told me
It
not
was
to
so
buy issue one.
beautiful. It was so beautiful. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, the Bitten Apple has been in every one of my shows, and they've interviewed and they've pushed my conventions. Raphael has become, a friend. He's going to be breaking bread at my house someday. Leslie's always welcome to break bread at my house. If Ann wasn't all the way in Hawaii, she would too. But you guys have been very supportive of me, and you've done a lot for me, sharing out my posts all the time and my videos and whatever the case. I mean, the least I could do is just give you a book.
No.
We're still going to buy it.
We're still going to buy it.
Yeah.
And Ralph
I
might
want
be
my
helping
own.
me with fulfillment. So
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
definitely.
if it's, I mean, I handled
It's big, yeah.
226. I handled 226 pretty easily the first time myself. I did it in a day.
Yeah.
Because you're the
With my
man.
wife. Well,
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Fulfillment. If you're a Kickstarter and you're a little guy, a comic book comes out every month with the big guys.
Yeah.
We're doing this every 3 months with Kickstarter because we have to. You better damn well fulfill that book quick. And I'm telling you, from zero, ground zero, to completed and in people's hands, it was 4 months on the first book.
And I'm going to tell you, 4 months is good because I actually backed a well-known Kickstarter and I haven't gotten my book yet.
Yeah, that's not good.
Here.
That was like almost 2 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And you got to remember,
Yeah.
you know, people have short attention spans and there's thousands of Kickstarters. I don't want to become irrelevant. I've worked too hard. I have to stay
Right.
relevant.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I understand
The books are
with
shipped
COVID
very
and
well.
everything, but the fact that when people see it and it's so gorgeous, are like, hey, I want to get this as soon as possible in my hands. You know,
Craig, you want a
that's the
packing
best.
party? Come over. You're all welcome.
Let me pull this up.
Wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, I got to tell you, Rob Powers did the logo font here, and then his wife, Maura, made it 3D with the ballerina and just killed it. Rob drew this chibi. I'm not a fan of chibi, but I love this. And on this campaign, if we reach a certain level, you're going to get this and the Breath of the Dragon chibi as what do you call it, a set.
Right. So get there because I want it.
Yeah, I thought they were really adorable.
I think
And then
they're
I know
adorable too.
I think you had like stickers this time around too.
Yeah, I didn't know how much stickers were loved by adults. I hate them because my kids get them stuck to my wood floor and I can't get them up. But that's another point. But we have the mask and we have Ian Churchill's drawing of her in sticker form. And it is incredible.
Wow.
It's a die cut
Wow.
sticker. It's crazy.
Right. So listen, you all, we actually
Jason's right.
we've gone over 15 minutes
Sorry.
over our time. No. We've
all right,
gone
don't
over
worry
our
about
time. So I let's just talk about the Kickstarter real quick and you know, where we can
Les,
send
if you want,
everybody.
I'll put it up and scroll through it.
Yeah, let's go through it real quick.
Sorry, I felt bad just promoting my book. I wanted An to get some credit because she's
Oh no,
just
I'm
amazing
here for you
artist and-
too.
No, we gave equal time. We did.
I know,
Yeah.
but I
I'm
still
just
feel
concerned-
bad. I want to talk more about her art.
Dude.
That's why.
And it's so funny, you know, because On's art on your book showcases how good she is.
And you know what's funny is
I'm already there.
when she held up the sketchbook, it looked like it was like a printed cover at first.
Exactly,
right?
it
Like,
does.
you didn't, like, oh my god, that's her cover.
I know.
Hold on, let me
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look, it looks like a printed cover.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So gorgeous.
So I
me
have
just
it
pull up-
signed, and I also stated this. I have it on my Facebook page where I said, you know, this is up on Phil's Kickstarter. It's on his Kickstarter right now. First come, first serve. And you know, he has blanks still on there. If you
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely.
you can definitely get a blank and get it, you know, get me to work on it. Any other artists on there? There's so many
Ooh.
people who can work on the
Yeah.
blanks and they're great. And at the same time, you get to read his book, which is like an awesome combination too. So if you know, that would draw in your interest, go for it because he's offering it at a very fair deal, in my opinion, and
I
for
have to
what
hire you
that
for
quality
PR.
is. I'm just saying, the thing is, you give me quality that I can back up
There you
and
go.
confidently say. That's the thing. I don't do this if it's like, I don't know if I can, you know, swallow my word. But you gave me quality that I can like back up. And
Thank you.
yeah, and also my commissions are closed. My commissions are closed until like beginning of January, but I would make exception for those who would purchase his
Ooh.
blank.
You heard that
You know.
here. She'll make an exception for those that purchase his blank.
Thank you, Trish,
Yeah.
by the way. But I mean, I don't know what I've done for people to surround me like this and support me like this and be so kind. I really have no idea what I've done. I've never experienced this in my life. You know, people complain about Facebook, but I'm telling you right now, 99% 98% of what I've experienced has been nothing but love, respect, and support. And I just don't know what to say. I mean, I really do get overwhelmed. I don't know, in a good way. As much as I talk, I just don't know what to say.
Oh, and for the first time, he is
That's
speechless.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through the
Sure.
Kickstarter real quick so everybody can see what it's offering. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Every single cover, it's almost 47 covers between both books are in there. Will Spatasio, Tyler Kirkham, Ian Churchill, Jim O'Reilly, which is shown right there, all of them. I felt like it's not fair for people who love a lot more than one cover to be spending all that money on multiple books. It's the same book. I said, let's get them all in one book so that you can enjoy all the art and not feel slighted.
And that's
I
why
totally
I
love the
bought
ballerina one. The ballerina.
That's the die cut sticker. See her standing there on the die cut sticker is her standing on that guy's neck. That's the die cut sticker. If we get that far.
Oh gosh, it's gorgeous.
We got to get that far because this is great.
I know, right? That's Ian Churchill, right?
Sample of the book.
Ian Churchill, yeah.
Yeah.
Ian Churchill's one of my favorite artists, and I have to tell you, working with him was just amazing. And growing up loving his work, if you told me I was going to be hiring him, I'd be like, get out of here. Look at that page from Chris Sotomayor and the lines and details by Ricardo.
Yeah.
And the very next page, which is not up, is killer. No pun intended. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Sam Vera. The Forbidden issue 2, The Hunt, is on Indiegogo and Kickstarter right now. This is a cross-promotion promo he drew. It's a digital print that was unlocked by 75 backers for everybody. Sam is really working hard. Please go support his campaign.
Yeah, I know Sam. Yeah.
So we unlocked the sticker of the mask. 6,000 gets us that chibi set. And then 8,000 gets us Ian. 8,000 gets us Ian.
We gotta get this unlocked.
Come on.
People, we need to get this unlocked.
Phil, when does the Kickstarter close?
23 days, December 1st, I believe.
We still got time.
Okay. We still have time, everybody.
10K, people.
And then just a real quick shout out, 10K, that's Gary Giroux and his team. Antonio Diaz is the colorist. And Carrillo is the artist. I forget his first name, I'm sorry. The mini print, 12,000 is Mono Silva. And then after that, I'm telling you now, if we hit 14,000, that free print, I will make a foil of Tyler Kirkham's print. I'll make it a foil. No extra charge, nothing. I would just make it a foil if we get to 14K.
Oh, that's beautiful. Come on, people.
Let's work this. And Ben Jukal at 18.
Damn.
Wow.
That's some good stretch goal. Oh, I love this.
Look at that one.
That's the first book. That's Tyler Kirkham.
That's the mini. If we get to 14K, we'll get that print. So look at that art. Damn.
That's Ricardo. That's the first cover. If you need a catch-up tier, if you didn't get the first one, you can get it either digitally and or physically. We have tiers that do both books physically, both books digitally. We do have a tier digitally of the cover book, and the first 2 issues digital format if you want. If you have a nice printer, for $20, you get the covers, 47 pieces of art that you can digitally print up and hang however you want.
Wow.
Oh, sweet.
There's a sketch cover for issue 2. Chris Graves, amazing talent. I have the great privilege of being his agent. He's worked, I got him on Vampirella, and he did 2 issues of Vampirella. He's doing the wraparound cover for the book of covers, which you'll see below the full thing. Russ Cassidy colored it. That is a wraparound cover. That's a wraparound cover on top of the other 47 covers. And my wife has a cover in there, so you have to get the book of covers. His grayscale, his gray tone was so amazing that I'm offering either version if you want. That's the regular cover by Ricardo for the second book. Breath of the Dragon. One. Breath of the Dragon, I'm telling you, you're going to love that character by the time you read the first 5 issues. That's the set for the 2. Now, just mind you, every physical tier is going to give you also the PDF. So if you're someone who doesn't want to open the book and ruin it, you get the PDF to read.
Damn. Here we go.
Tyler Kirkham.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Tyler Kirkham is a major Marvel and DC variant cover artist. He also worked on Ultimate X-Men and a bunch of other stuff. He's one of my favorite artists of all time, and that's just gorgeous.
That is a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's our biggest seller right now, and Steph Wilson's our second highest.
That's because this Steph Wilson cover looks fantastic. That's why.
Now, Steph Wilson is known for TNA. I asked him to tone it down. He did on both books, book 1 and 2. He has a cover, and his wife, of course, did an amazing job. Carrie Ann on the backgrounds and the colors, just really nice. Love it.
I think that's one of his best or better work.
I agree.
You don't see that a lot from Steph. Yeah,
well, he stepped up. I told him, I said, get out of your wheelhouse, please. Show me something.
I'm happy that he did, because I think he needs to do a little more stuff like this. And it's funny because I've seen his earlier work, and it looks more like this than it does what he does now.
Yeah, but you know what? You stick with what works, right? I mean, the guy's on like 50 billion covers. So.
That's true.
He is definitely worth the investment, everybody. Idan, listen, this
cover
colors,
is beautiful.
This is not doing as well as I would have expected. I don't know why. Idan is a phenomenal talent. Look at the colors on that. Not to sound like I just smoked a dude, but look at the colors, man. It's just gorgeous, and Breath of the Dragon looks so badass. And he is badass. And then
look at that. Ooh.
Well, I couldn't decide which one I like better, because the other one pops, but this one he looks fierce. I said do both.
I think he pops more in this one. I like this one, but I love this one.
I love that one too. Yeah. I love the second one. Yeah, the D2 cover.
See, it's been 50-50.
This is beautiful.
Brad Voth, if you look closely, the detail and the rendering he did on the mask, the texturing he did on it, and the vest, phenomenal. And I love how he had her eyes and mouth showing through it. That's symbolism as well. Beautiful. Ryan Kincaid, I love this cover.
Yeah.
Mato Zapata really knocked it out of the park. Scott Hanna did the inks. This cover is also not moving as well as I would have thought. It's a gorgeous cover. It's one of my favorites. I really love it. The colors that Mato put in are amazing. Oh, Jason, you picked up that cover? Cool. Of course, you get comps.
You know this one here.
Yeah.
Real quick thing about Angel. I've said it on every show. Angel was going to do a print for my campaign.
Yeah.
Never worked with Angel before. And to be honest with you, I'm not usually much for digital art, but I thought he was talented, so I said, let's do it. Angel, without saying anything, just passionately worked on this and said, I'm going to make him make this a cover. So he showed this to me, and I said, damn, all right. Again, Angel didn't ask it to be a cover. I offered it, and he deserves it. It's phenomenal. I watched him do the process with great passion.
Oh my God!
He did a 3D model of her on the computer, and then he painted her and rendered her. And those bricks in the background, that is not Photoshop.
No, that
is painted and rendered. That is him. If you look at this cover close enough, he drew 2 hairs on the knuckle of that thumb of that gun wielder. It's phenomenal. Angel is a hell of a guy. Some people are too naive to understand that he is rendering and painting all of this digitally himself. You need to hire him, get him some work. I think he's already got a lot of projects, but nobody could ever pass down work. Get more work.
I completely agree. Dude, you don't know how much he's stressed over this. Me and him were going back and forth, and he's like, Ralph, what do you think? I'm like, oh, come on, dude, this is beautiful. Come on. Just
he
show
had
it.
So much passion. I was so flattered by the passion that Angel, and when you hire Angel, he will make a cover as if it's his baby. That's how much he cares about what he's doing. So you need to hire him. And I'm telling you that
because me and him kept going back and forth, and he kept making it better and better and better. And every time I didn't think he could make it any better, he made it better.
Dude, I showed this cover to my mother and my wife, and they were like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So my 74-year-old mother was like, 72-year-old mother was like, holy crap.
Beautiful.
This is another beautiful cover here.
Kenny Calderon, he was in the cover contest the first time. I felt it deserved a win, but I didn't win the first contest because it made more sense for book 2. That's Seamus, her sociopathic adoptive father, her, Breath of the Dragon, and Jesse. You're going to get to know Jesse. Some surprises coming. It's going to be fun.
Oh, definitely.
Mike Mez Phillips, he won the first cover contest.
Yeah.
This is his.
Love this.
A lot of symbolism.
This is so striking.
Yeah.
So gorgeous.
Dynamic. But again, more symbolism. The cracked mirror with her mask. She has no face, and she looks badass standing over 2 dead bodies.
Dude, man, this thing has a foil cover. I can just see it.
And that's the thing. Every cover can be made into a foil cover. Every one. As an add-on, we have an option as an add-on. Whatever cover you purchase, we will make it a foil. Len Danovich.
Beautiful colors.
Yeah, I just wanted to go with the red because the lines he did on the skulls, it was just so gritty and
wanted
badass.
to stand out, yeah.
Yep. That was a good choice.
That was a very good choice. Yeah.
Here is an underrated cover, in my opinion. Peter Clinton did it, and Motto killed it with colors again. I really love this cover. Breath of the Dragon.
I love that.
Badass.
That's so old school, and I love the way that looks. Oh,
exactly,
my gosh.
old school. Yes,
yeah, this is exactly what this feels like. It feels like an old school cover.
I think so. And listen, I lowered the prices $5. Every cover is $15 except for Tyler Kirkham, Ryan, and Al Garza with Alex Sinclair's colors.
Dude, the tier I got was the one where you pick any 3 covers. I was like, okay, I can't decide. So I was so happy that you had the tier where you can pick 3 covers, because I was like, okay, this makes life easier.
Plus, you got the book of covers. If you really want to, just add that on. You get every
That's what I
cover.
did. I got the 3 covers, and I got the book of covers, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The flexibility he gives for customers in here is so great. He's giving away so much.
I got to give Russ Cassidy credit because he put the page together and he really helped a lot and structured the tiers. And Russ knows what he's doing. He works with Murad. He's just an awesome dude. If you like Batman the Animated Series, Nick Justice did an awesome homage to that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but in the original, Batman's cape is flowing to his left, our right. So Nick made the sword and her braid act like the cape flowing in the wind. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
This is Al Garza. Al Garza is a famous artist. He's a beautiful artist, but he always does like pinups and cheesecake stuff. And he came in with this. If you can close up, look in her body. Seamus's face is in there. Her adopted mother's face is in there. The city skyline is in there. And Alex Sinclair, he's Jim Lee's colorist, but he's also colored Ivan Reis and a bunch of other people. He's the biggest colorist, probably. Colored the cover. And Alex, when he was supposed to hand me in the cover, Jim Lee slammed him with some covers. And at the same time, he had to do a cover for Venom. And you know what? He could have said, look, I'm sorry, Phil, I can't get to it. The guy was burnt out and tired. He's obviously working with Jim Lee. What does he need? My little, nobody asked for. And he pulled through. He just did it. Look at that.
That one is sick.
Too much.
Now, I'm an art collector, and $5 comic-sized prints available of the original art, scanned original art of those covers. So if you want to buy the Tyler Kirkham or that Alex Sinclair, the same size, you can buy those prints. And there is Alex Sarabia, who won the cover contest. He tied with On. On's Puppet Master, she deserved to win the contest. And the reason why she didn't is one simple reason. This makes more sense for what goes on.
For issue 2? Yeah.
And hers makes more sense for issue 3. So she's absolutely going to have both her other covers will be used. The Puppet Master will definitely be for book 3. Not sure when I'm using the other one, but they're going to be used. And of course, paid
I can
for.
see why, though. They're both beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was so hard to decide between them. I mean, and as a creator, when you see something awesome, even though it's better for maybe book 3, you like it so much, you like a kid, like, yeah, but I don't want to wait. But I had to. I had to.
So listen, everybody, if you can't really see what we were putting on the screen, we couldn't actually bring it up for it, but please go to the Kickstarter campaign. It does close. Yeah. It closes on December the 1st. Please make sure that you go and support Phil. I'm definitely going to be going and getting something now after I've been seeing all this. Because I bought number 2. I don't think I bought number 1. So I have to go and do it. We are going to put the Kickstarter campaign in post so you all can see it. And then I believe that Trish is actually sharing it.
Awesome.
If you want to go and help yourself to look at the Kickstarter and to support Phil, we want to reach the ultimate goal so we can start unlocking some of those goodies that he has there. So please, 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 in this time frame, we've got 2 or 3 more weeks to get it done. please, let's get this done for Phil.
Pick up her cover or this way.
Yes. Pick up the blank.
And pick up An's cover. Yes.
Oh my God,
this
definitely.
Is
Pick up
absolutely
that
gorgeous.
cover.
Because if
Yeah.
you guys don't, I'll figure out how to.
The one that we put right here, you got to go and pick up this cover.
Oh my God.
It's a one-of-a-kind Kickstarter exclusive. I am not making prints of it. I am not putting in the book of covers. Whoever buys this book is the only one in the world to have it, period. And I'm telling you now, if she blows up as an artist or if I blow up in tragedy or both, you're going to be glad you're the one with that book.
Not if, when.
Well, for her, when, me, if.
No,
when.
You did not even
It's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win.
Win-win situation.
If this gets sold out and was it again? It's only one. I cannot recreate any of this, and I usually don't even make my blank sketches into prints at all. So really, I keep it down to a 1-1 kind of situation most of the time. And yeah, again, there are blanks cover as you've seen on his Kickstarter. You can also pick that up to support his story. Because number one thing I want you to do is go and read Tragedy.
Exactly.
Read it.
Yeah, read
First issue, second issue. I mean, he has 17 more, so let's go.
Dude, we got to get to 17. Come on.
We got to get this.
Yeah.
We definitely got to do this. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being with us. We are so excited about Tragedy and what has come out of this. It's just been an amazing long wait, and it has been so successful. And we're so very proud of you, Phil, and An. Continue to do this great, beautiful work that you're doing. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's so beautiful. And you just, I can't wait to see what comes of you. Like the more that you perfect your skill, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So thank you all for being with us tonight. Thank you for joining us and hanging out with us. We're going to be back next Monday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time here. The holidays are coming. So get these comics, get Tragedy for people. Let them see this.
Great gift here.
Give them support. Give them
Great
support in the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yes, give them gift support of a Kickstarter and support on. Thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, and straight from Hawaii, with a Christmas tree in the back.
Exactly.
Thanks for having me on. Sorry we kept you late, and thank you everybody for your love and support.
Oh no, man! Today was a blast. It was so much beautiful art, great talk.
We could definitely stay here for a moment and look at this art. So you all, thank you so much. You all have a very good evening. We will be back next week, and be safe and stay healthy. Talk to you all very soon. Aloha. Bye.
Bye.